Jesus curses the fig tree. No more leaves without fruit, he says. I will curse a tree that had a fig tree that has leaves and no fruit. And what he's really saying is no more leaves without fruit. But he's really saying to us, no more singing without spirit. He's really saying no more preaching without praying. He's really saying no more diaconate without devotion. He's really saying no more trustees without trust and no more members without a mission. And in the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. And this tree, the tree that had been seen afar off full of leaves the day before, had dried up from the roots the day after. The fig tree had withered. Verse 21, Peter calls to remember the sayings of Jesus. It really surprised Peter. And I'm talking to some folk who are surprised at the power of God. He says, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou cursest is withered away. In other words, Master, behold, Master, look, Jesus, look. Surprise, he says, look at that tree that you curse. That tree that you curse is withered away. And he's surprised because the tree is withered. I mean, trees are nothing new in the Bible. If you read the Bible, there are 25 kinds of trees mentioned in the Bible. You don't believe me? Here we go. There's the almond, the aloe, the apple, and the ash tree. There's the bay and the box tree. There's the cedar, the chestnut, and the cypress tree. There's the fir tree. There's the juniper tree. There's the mulberry and the myrtle tree. There's the oak tree, the oil tree, the olive tree. There's the palm tree, the pine tree, the pomegranate tree. There's the shittu and the sycamore, the teal and the willow tree. But nowhere in the Bible do you hear about where a tree withered. Trees have always been a source of protection. Trees have always been a source of food. Trees have been a source of resources. You read the Bible, Elijah slept under the juniper tree. Jeremiah saw a rod of the almond tree. Samuel dwelled in the house of a cedar tree. Jacob hid his jewels under the oak tree. Zacchaeus climbed up in the sycamore tree. People met Jesus coming into Jerusalem with branches from the palm tree. But nowhere in the Bible do you read where a tree withered. Full of leaves one day and withered the day after. Pretty as a rose one day and ugly as sin the day after. Alive and well one day, withered and dead the day after. I believe that Peter was surprised. I believe that Peter was surprised at the power of God. I believe that for two reasons. One, because he said, Jesus, Master, Rabbi, look. That tree which thou cursest is withered away. And then secondly, I believe that he was surprised because of how Jesus answered him when he called his attention to the tree. Jesus answered him by saying, have faith in God. He did not say, ooh wee. He simply said, have faith in God. He didn't say, my goodness. He simply said, have faith in God. I guess the song that goes with that is, if God said it. It doesn't really matter whether you believe it or not. If God said it, that settles it. I guess the reason why I've held you today is to tell you to have faith in God. But more importantly, I believe God has held me here today to tell me to have faith in God. Some of us are just like Peter. We are surprised at the power of God. But when God says no rain and no dew for 3 years and 6 months, don't be surprised. When God says you're healed, don't be surprised. When God says you are delivered, don't be surprised. When God says that you are free, don't be surprised. When God says that that bill is paid, don't be surprised. When God says, I got it all in my hand, don't be surprised. When God says, turn the other cheek, don't be surprised. When God says, all things are possible, don't be surprised. Verse 23, verily I say unto you, whatever you shall say to the mountain. When you tell the mountain to get out of your way, God says, when you tell the mountain to be cast into the sea, he says, just don't doubt in your heart. Believe it and it shall be done. He says in verse 24, whatever you desire when you pray, just believe and you shall receive it. And so I leave you when I tell you, Jesus said to Peter, have faith in God. And believe me when I tell you this morning, we got to learn how to have faith in God. Have I got a witness when I tell you God is an awesome God? I said God shown up today is an awesome God. God is a great God. He created the sun and the moon. He created the night and the day. He created the earth and the sea. He created the mountains and the valley. He created the forest and the flower. What I'm trying to tell you is God is an awesome God. Just have faith in God. I said just have faith. I don't know what you're going through. You don't know what I'm going through. But faith will see you through. Faith will pull you through. Faith will get you out. Won't God do it? Anybody here this morning got faith in God? Anybody here this morning trusting in the